Good afternoon, and welcome to Catch It Live First. A few minutes late, but better than this morning's stream, which didn't happen at all. Gremlins, technical gremlins. So, yeah, this afternoon we have got horse racing from Doncaster, and in between that, we'll keep an eye on the World Championship snooker. Hopefully, the volumes are okay. Just check the first race at Doncaster. That's off at 23 minutes past 1. A little bit of an odd time. I've still got a hacking cough. If anybody was watching last night, the first ever live watch along we did, which was a rugby league match, St Helens and Huddersfield. Cracking match with the Saints clinching it with a drop kick 60 seconds from time. Feel free to like and subscribe, hit the notification button. That's how we're going to be sending out the live streams that we're doing. If you can bear with me while I'm trying to set everything up. We're behind as usual, but we'll get there. Hopefully, some of you guys and ladies are got some good tips for this afternoon's racing from Doncaster. The going is soft, good to soft in places. Must have some good drainage up there. No viewers as of yet, so I'm hoping that the stream's all right and that the volumes are all right. If anybody is watching, if you could let me know, just drop us a line in chat. Everything's looking like it should be okay. Got just filling in a little bit of time now. Snooker that's on the BBC at the minute. Milkins and Gilbert. Milkins, I thought he was going to have a mental breakdown yesterday, but we'll see what he can do today. Every day is different. He's losing currently. Milkins 4 frames, Gilbert 8 frames. And I think this is the first one of the afternoon. I think he's losing in this as well, 36-5 with Gilbert at the table. Red spread all over, and Gilbert should clear this table now, which will give him a lead of 9-4. Never counted chickens till they're hatched, though. Yeah, this first race at Doncaster, 11 run. It's a 7 furlong. I think there was a couple of non-runners. Apparently, yeah, number 3, Shaw Park is a non-runner. Uh, number number 13, Beanie Blue, that's also a non-runner. Let us know what your tips are in the chat. Any bets you've got going on, let us know about them. I wouldn't be bothering in this one myself, but looks quite an open race, really. Let's have a look at the betting. Yeah, it's a light of fire. Can't believe it. Thought them days were behind us now, but it's certainly coming chilly. So, thanks for joining me once again. I'm Jimmy James, by the way, and you are watching Catch It Live First, which is, I mean, in the description, it sums it up pretty well. You know, it's just somewhere for sports fans to watch the sports we all love. We're all watching them on TV. Just adds a little bit more. It's a little bit less isolating. If you've got to watch along, we can all have a chat. Like I say, give ourselves a pat on the back when we get some good wins, and got somewhere to console ourselves when things don't quite go our way. But that sport keeps it interesting. Right, here we go with the horse racing. First race, let's have a look at the betting. Doncaster 13.23. Ring of Gold on the exchanges. It's trading at 5.3, 5.4. Second favourite is Knights over Egypt. That's trading at 8. Tees George trading at 6. King of Ithaca. It's easy to say, you've got a lisp. Ithaca. Uh, that's at 14. Bantry. That looks like it's coming a little bit. Um, that's at 8. Original Thinker, 14. Pocket the Packet, 12.5. Darbucks, 13. To the Bar, 23. If that wins in your back tip, I think that's where you'll be heading. 11-11, 26. And Bobby Shaft, that's at 36. And I've already said 2 non-runners, Beanie Blue and Shaw Park. Got a few minutes to the off. Gilbert did win that frame, so he's winning 9-4. I'm going to switch over now to the horse racing. Sheet coming off that fire now. And anybody who's watching and they want to put any tips in the chat, please do. Uh, Plenty of fluids will keep me coughing fits at bay. I had a real problem this morning with the setup I had last night. It's not the most expensive, far from it. Eventually, hopefully, it will be. But like everything, you've got to start small. Um, and I had a camera, which was a Logitech, and it was doing all right. This morning, we were hoping to do a live stream this morning for the MotoGP, which is in Jerez, just for their free practice. See how it's received, whether people are wanting to watch it, chat about it. We're going to do the races on Sunday. Live watch-alongs there. But I thought we'd try it this morning. Set everything up, turned it on, and for whatever reason, the camera, the Logitech camera, was just not having it. Plugged it in, it just messed everything up. Whether it's a driver that's not compatible, I don't know. But in the end, we we took it out, and I'm just using the one that's on my laptop at the minute. What's happening here? I think it's number 7 to the bar. Holly Doyle, the jockey. I don't know if it's thrown her off on the way down. If anybody's watching it on Sky Sports Racing, let us know in the chat. Looks to me like she's the horse is being led. The horse is being led down, and she's chasing it. She's going to be knackered, the poor girl, by the time she gets to the start. Well, it does look like they're going to run the horse jockeyless all the way down to the start. And I mean, fair play. She's keeping up quite easily. So her fitness levels are definitely there. She'll be her thighs will be burning by the by the end of this race. That's for sure. I don't know if she's got any more rides later on today, but she'll need a jacuzzi and a good night's kip, I reckon. Oh, they're just showing a replay now of what happened. Yeah, the horse isn't going down to the start. It rears up. Luckily, she had a foot out of the irons, and it she was able to get off before. I don't know. It's just stopped before showing us then whether the horse actually fell back on itself. I'm not sure. She's now taking over the reins herself, and she's running it down. I think the lads who were doing so, they're following behind, but they all look paggered out. Might be a bit of a delay. We're due off in a few seconds. Let's have a quick look at the betting. Ring of Gold still 4.5 favourite. These prices are on the exchanges, by the way. Uh, next up, we've got Tees George at 5, fluctuating 5. It's going to go 5.1 now, it looks like. I don't know what you guys or ladies use now. Do you use, because of the exchanges, do you use fractions or or decimals? I've kind of got used to decimals now, if I'm honest. But I'll stick with decimals. What else is on the move? Tees George looks like it's got some money coming in for it. It's almost joint favourite now with Ring of Gold. Ring of Gold's 4.7, Tees George 4.9, Bantry's 7.8. Yeah, they are a little bit delayed. They're just walking behind the stalls. They've not even started loading yet. Let's see what time form are saying about this. Time form, time form. The Knights over Egypt displayed a willing attitude when opening his account at Thirsk 17 days ago, and given the mark he's dropped to, he retains plenty of handicap scope. King of Ithaca eases in class, and he should run much closer to form this time, with Bantry completing the shortlist. Yep, so time forms going Knights over Egypt, uh, followed by King of Ithaca, and third Bantry. I mean, there's still a couple of furlongs for Holly to get to the stalls. I mean, if To the Bar wins this, Holly Doyle deserves a medal. She must have almost run almost a full mile. What's that the race is saying about it? They're going Night over Egypt. Finally got off the mark when utilising his stamina at Thirsk over 6 furlong in testing conditions, and he is likely to enter calculations off a £2 higher mark. However, a chance is taken. Oh no, they're going for Darbucks. Let's have a look. Darbucks currently at 15. I tell you, Knights over Egypt is drifting here. And there's money for Tees George. King of Ithaca, that's drift. I mean, you can get 20, 21 on the exchanges now. So Tees George, what's Tees George? I mean, last two runs, fourth and fifth. 59 days ago he was out. P. Mather's riding. Adrian Nichols training. Uh, Last time he was sent off at 13-8, but failed to meet market expectations when 5th of 8 in a handicap at Southwell. Better expected on turf. So it looks like whether he didn't enjoy the surface last time. 13-8 is pretty strong. A pretty strong price, and it was a woeful showing. So maybe he's going to get somebody the money back today. Yeah, Tees George. Uh, Money coming in again now for Ring of Gold. So it looks to me like it's between Ring of Gold and Tees George. Knights over Egypt. Yeah. Don't look like there's a lot of support for it, put it that way. I'm just hoping To The Bar is going to go in the stalls now. Let's have a let's have a look. God, they're going to have to make this delay up. We're 7, 8 minutes behind already. They're not even started loading yet. Holly's going to load herself into the stalls first, and then they're going to walk the horse in. Let's just hope he plays ball when she plonks herself on his back. And we're loading now. Still money for Tees George. Almost joint favourites with Ring of Gold now, both 4.8ish, 4.9. Knights of Egypt at 10. Bantry 7.8. Everything else is in the teens or the 20s. Just have a cough before they start. Put it on mute. Don't want to deafen anybody. There we go. Right. Just 3 or 4 to go in now. Four to go in. Yeah, 4 to go in. Sees George is still money for it. Ring of Fire, right, Ring of Gold, sorry, is drifting out a little bit. We're almost ready for the off. Everybody's in, and they are off. A little bit of a dodgy start from Bantry. Yeah, 11-11's taking up an early lead. If you're watching this now at home, let us know in the chat. TP, hi Jimmy James. Who do you fancy? Do you know, before this, I would have been all over Knights over Egypt. But off looking at the betting, you've got to go with Tees George. You know, they're going to give him another chance on grass. So I would be saying Tees George. Let's have a look at him now. See, Bantry had a slow start. He's finishing well though, but he's veering to the left. Bantry, he's going to win it. Ooh, close for second. So the winner's, yeah, Bantry. What price did he get to on the exchange? I would imagine it was quite high after that start, which he looked like he fluffed. Uh, oh, he traded at almost 35. 30, he traded at 34 on the exchange. Not a big amount, just a couple of quid actually. But yeah, well into the 20s. That'll have been from the start. And it was, yeah, Bantry first, Ring of Gold and Darbucks. There's a photo for second. Tell you what, looking back at that, Tees George is disappointed again. You know what I mean? All that money for him, I thought maybe somebody had knew something a little bit, as they often do. Disappointed out last time at, what was it, 13 to 8, and that was on the all weather. So at least today was a little bit more, less fancied, put it that way. But he's disappointed again there. Antry did come across as well, but I don't think anybody was interfered with. So we will try and find out who was second and third there. There's a race on at Chantilly at the minute, but I'm not bothering with that. I've not no interest in it. Looking back at that, Bantry remains a maiden after 16 flat runs. Hooded for the first time. Maybe that's why he went a little bit skew whiffed coming out of the stalls, but it seemed to have done the trick. Hooded for the first time, respectable fifth of nine in a handicap when he was 12 to 1 at Kempton 51 days ago. Nearest at finish, well run race over this trip will suit well. You know, so there was. It's not a shock really that Bantry's gone in there. It's just a shock that Tees George, awful again. I don't know what they're going to do with the timings of this because the uh, next race at Doncaster, 13:58. That's another 7 furlong and 6 yard. 7 furlong soft, good to soft in places. I think that might be a little bit delayed. Let's have a check on the snooker. It was Malkins and Gilbert that they had on. Guy's running away with this now. Malkins still hasn't won a frame. I'm assuming this is live, and it's not a repeat from earlier on this morning. Milkins 4 frames, Gilbert 11 frames, and Gilbert's in this frame as well. Takes this one, he'll only need one more. I think Milkins will give up. So yeah, this next race at Doncaster. Let us know in the chat. What are you fancying? Do you know if I'd have looked at the betting and seen the money that was for Tees George, I would have probably had a little nibble at that, and I'd have been so disappointed. You didn't even get a run for your money. He sort of showed and then just faded. Didn't do anything. And no excuses. Yeah, 13:58 Doncaster. Like I say, it might be a little bit delayed because of the horse unseating the rider on the way down to the stalls in the last. Ratafia is on a roll, and a small rise for Newcastle may not prevent him making it 4 wins in his last 5 starts. Warrior Square is another in the winning groove at present, and his second choice ahead of 5 wins. Who is much less exposed than most of these and made a solid start to her handicap career at Chelmsford over Easter. That's time form verdict. So they go in. First is Ratafia, second Warrior Square, third 5 wins. So we'll look at the betting. Yeah, Ratafia is at 3.3, so quite a strong favourite here actually. Next up, we've got Assad Jumeirah, 8.2. I'll see you there, 10.5. 5 wins is 12. Warrior Square, 13.5. Biplane, 17. Juryman, 16.5. Mr. Socks, 16.5. Shark 2 1 is 18. One more, 19.5. Believe You Me is 23. And a rank outsider, Shotley Royale, 110. Let us know in the chat what you're having. Anybody's got any tips? I'm sure there's some of us could do with them. Do you know the only time I've ever made money through horse racing was is through laying. Trying to back winners for me is I've tried everything over the years, every permutation, times, weights, weather, distances, courses. And I remember once, I think it was in the early 20s, got hold of a book, fatal, I know, got hold of a book, and I'm trying to think of the guy's name. It'll come to me in a minute. Uh, he was called, he was called, let me know if you know of him or you've heard of him. Clive Holt, that's it. Clive Holt. And the book he wrote uh, was called, I can't remember the name of the book. I'm going to say, I'm going to say Time Form or something like that. So paperback book, not overly thick. Um, and what he did, it was a good read actually, and give you a bit of background about himself, how he was working, and I think his missus had a baby or something, and wanted to make some extra money, and he came up with this formula for the horses, and it was something like take the last two runs that were relevant time wise. You know, if one run was 600 days ago, then you could kind of dismiss it, but you get the gist. The last two runs, I think for the first place you got 5 points. Second, you got third, you got 3 points, and if you were third, you got two. It might have been four. You got one. If you were a course and distance winner, you got uh, more points. I think the most you could get was something like 13 points. I think, and this is what he did in the book. He did put in his statements and all the stats, this, that, and the other. And he was making, according to the book, he was making good money and was doing well. And it was all about this was back obviously before the internet as well. So traveling around different race tracks and getting his wages on. I can't remember the formula. I'm sure it was five. Was it 5, 4, 3, and 1 for a win, second, third, and fourth? I think a course was a 1, and a distance you might get 2, and that's how you assessed each horse's uh, chance. You know, regardless of any other form, you went off the last two performances. So it didn't take into account really uh, any step up in class. Didn't take into account the going. It was just a course and the distance. But I tried that for a while when I was in my 20s, and I did have some winners with it, but it was too inconsistent. That's it. With the snooker, Milkins is out, and Dave Gilbert. No, it said Rob Gilbert then. Dave Gilbert, I think it is. He's gone through. Well, remember, don't forget, give us a like, give us a share, give us a thumbs up. Click on the bell for notifications so you'll know what's coming next. Let's have a look over at Doncaster, see where they're at. Yeah, Ratafia. It looks quite a strong favourite in this, actually. 3.4, 3.45. Assad Jumeirah, or Jumeirah. Assad Jumeirah, I think it was pronounced. Second favourite, 8.2. I'll see you there, 9.4. 5 wins is at 12. Warrior Square, 13.5. Biplanes at 16. Juryman at 15. Mr. Socks, 16. Shark 2 1s at 20. One more was at 20. Believe You Me, 22. And Shot the Real, drifting more now, 130 you can get. Only for £1, but actually betting looks quite light in this at the minute. Only £38, £38, 38,000 traded on the exchanges. Just got to have a look at that. What's this one widget? I hope nothing goes wrong here. I'm going to click a button, open widget. Let's see what that does. And it's sending me messages. Hmm. Always makes me nervous when it says click. I always get the impression something's going to go horribly wrong. I need to find out how. Just one other thing as well. This when I told you last night I used a camera, a Logitech, a high def one. That's what was giving me problems this morning. So I've stopped using it and I'm using the laptop camera. Of looking at the screen now, I can't tell a lot of difference anyway. Excuse me, just burnt down the microphone. Hopefully it didn't pick it up. I do apologise. I need to. I'm trying to move a window. Uh, there again, this has got the ability to go wrong horribly again. What happens if I click that? Do I do it or do I not? Let's do it. Oh, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Oh dear, that's gone horrible. Oh, why have I done that? Oh, I can see I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes trying to sort this out now. Why did I do that? I should have gone with my gut instinct Should have gone with my gut instinct and not done that. Oh my God. I could just batter myself sometimes. A stupid thing to do. Oh dear. It's all going horribly, horribly wrong on my end. Oh no, 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 no. No. Tell you what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get the chat so that I can see it. And I don't want to, I want to be able to mute my mic if I start with a bit of a coughing fit. I don't want to bust anybody's ears. But it's slightly too wide. And as soon as I take that off the screen, everything starts going pear-shaped. See what happens there. Right. I'm back to where I was now. Right, don't touch it. Leave it alone. So this 1358 Doncaster, 7 furlong, handicap race. They're going down now. Ratafia is still 3.6. Assad Jumaray 9.4. I'll see you there. 8.6, 5 wins, 12.5. Warrior Square, that's coming a little bit, 11. Biplane 15, Juryman 19, Mr. Socks 18.5, Shark 2-1 is 21. One more is just coming a little bit, 20. Believe You Me, now that's coming for some support. 13, 12.5 now, fluctuating. Shotley Royale, that's coming from 130. It's at 85. Well, in saying that, it's 85. It's being laid at 120, 110. Believe You Me, let's just have a look at the pricing on that. Let's look at that action. Uh, yeah, he's coming. He's certainly coming in. He was highest it's traded is about 31, 32. Currently, he's trading at 14. Let's see what it says about it. Believe You Me, Irish Raider. Won over this trip at Chepstow last summer. Blinker for the first time. 7th of 8 in a handicap. 14-1 at Kempton. 7 furlong his last start. Headgear off on return from 163 days off. Sounds like he could be a little bit tricky, with headgear on, headgear off. Mr. Socks, they got at 10-1. Trading at 16 on the on the exchanges. Hmm. What are we going for here? I'm thinking. Uh, I'm thinking 5 wins. I would be going for here. Lightly raced maiden, good fourth of 15 on its Chelmsford handicap debut. That was 28 days ago. Makes its turf debut today. It was a competitive race, and she could have a big say if proven as effective on grass. 5 wins. I just was trying to get hold of. Someone's trying to get hold of me there. Uh, yeah, 5 wins I'll be taking on this one. I'll pop it in the chat. 5 wins. Come on. So they're behind now and loading. They're loading pretty quick. They've made good time up here. Only a couple, three more to go in. Looks a bit miserable. They're ready for the off, and they are off. I always think these straight races with no bends. I always prefer a bend. Uh, Ratafia, yeah, went off quite a strong favourite, really. Warrior Squares prominent early. Come on, 5 wins. Shotley Royale, the big outsider, currently leading, but no. He ain't going to win this. I'll see you there. It was cruising. Although in saying that, it looks like somebody's taking his batteries out. Shotley Royale was is keeping on well, but this is going to be between one more. Well, this is a good race. Oh, who's won that? It's between one more, Mr. Socks. If looking at the exchanges, one more. Oh, that is close. One more, nearest to us. And Mr. Socks. Yeah, one more. And, I'll see you there was third. Well, one more. Finished like an absolute train on the outside. He must have made up 10 lengths. That's assuming he's got it. One more is the winner. Mr. Sock second. I'll see you the third. 5 wins. What happened there? Whether he didn't like the change over to the turf. Yeah, that was an odd race. That somebody lost the whip there. Shotley Royale lost its whip. I'll tell you what, for a rank outsider, what a good performance that was. Especially with, like I say, when we got to the meat of the race, we had no whip. Well, that was a close call as well. They just put the photo up. Closer than I thought, anyway. 5 wins. I won't be backing that again. Next up, 1433 at Doncaster. 7 furlongs again. We'll leave that for a minute and let's have a pop over to the snooker, see what's on the go. I'm just trying Eurosport at the minute, and they're showing Judd Trump. Trump and forward. Trump's winning 5 frames to 2. Over to the BBC. It's C from China. Surprise, surprise. And Jack Jones. C's 2 frames. Jack Jones is 5 frames. Looks like C's going to win this. I was going to say this frame potentially, but he's this next 2 shots will decide this frame. He's 50 points to 14, and yeah, that should do it. That should make it 5-3. Don't forget to give us a like, give us a subscribe. Give us a share as well, if you don't mind. Click the notifications bell. Yeah, so C made a bit of a pig's ear there, actually. Jack Jones, 43 behind, 51 remaining. It looks like if he can get this red, which looks an easy pot, but it could be tricky actually. It's only about 3 inches from the pocket, but it's tight to the cushion. And the black is brown where the brown ball is, and they're almost touching. So he's got a bit of work to do, but he's in with a chance. Let us know in the chat who you think's going to win this this year's World Snooker Championships. Not that everybody's, well, not everybody, but the people's champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan. What are your views on Ronnie O'Sullivan? I mean, to be as good as he is, and to be that genius, does your character need to be flawed? And is he a flawed character, or is he just honest? And let us know your views. What are my views, I hear you ask? I shall tell you. I think going back to the 1970s, 80s, every time snooker uh, has been in good shape, there's been what you might call a maverick. So whether you had Alex Higgins, whether you had Jimmy White, I know my dear old gran, bless her, rest in peace. She would love watching Alex Higgins. He'd be there twitching away, smoking a cigarette, drinking beer, and she would love watching him. So, the same with Jimmy White. But when we used to watch snooker in the 80s, one second. Yeah, watching snooker in the 80s as a teenager for me was fantastic. You had the likes of, obviously, they were allowed to drink, they were allowed to smoke. You had Bill Werbeneck. I think was he Canadian? Big guy. And I think he used to come out, he'd drink like 5, 6 pints while he was, I think before he came out sometimes, or else he couldn't play. And then, they'd be drinking while they were playing. You had Kirk Stevens, another Canadian. He was flamboyant. You had Cliff Thorburn, the housewife's favourite, and I think I'm right in saying this. So my lawyers have told me to say that Cliff Thorburn, the housewife's darling, and Mr. Clean, was partial to a little dabble of the old powder up, up the nose. Um, but either way, real characters back then. You had Terry Griffiths, uh, Tony Knowles, so many characters. Dennis Taylor. I mean, John Virgo, I feel now it's more where they were all characters. Obviously, you had Steve Davis and then Stephen Hendry, and um, they kind of took over from Ray Reardon's era, and then it was all very gentlemanly. And then you got Alex Higgins coming along, and a few of the less PC players, and snooker kind of thrived on it. You'd see Alex Higgins tell you a funny story about Alex Higgins, actually. True. Uh, you had Alex Higgins, he'd turn up for tournaments with a black eye. He'd be at tournaments, it's all documented. He'd be fighting with tournament officials. And when I was a youngster, I used to go to the bookies with my granddad. No TVs back then, it was just on the radio. And in the bookies, my granddad would be putting a bet on. And in the bookies was Stan Ogden from Coronation Street and Alex Higgins. And Alex Higgins was living not far away from the bookies in a caravan. And he had a black eye then, I can remember as a kid. So it's yeah, as it moved on, and is it better? I think the players are better now. It's certainly more professional. Is it more fun? I'm not sure it's more fun. And that's why, going in a roundabout way, I'm going to answer my original question, which was uh, about Ronnie O'Sullivan. I think snooker, excuse me, I think snooker needs Ronnie O'Sullivan more than Ronnie O'Sullivan needs snooker. And is it mainly because, yeah, he's a bit of a maverick. Yeah, he does what he wants pretty much. Um, I mean, to have the ability to turn down a 147 or question it because of the prize money. Years ago, 147 would have been like the holy grail. Now it's like a 180 at darts and 9 dart finishes. They were very rare. I think was it John Lowe who was the first to get a 9 dart finish. But I mean, in the darts now, they're happening all the time. And I think it's because the amount of money that now is in the sports, people are able to dedicate their time to the sport from a younger age. And obviously, you hone your skills and you get better at it. So, yeah. So, yeah, going back to who's going to win it this year, it's going to be between, it's a bit boring, but it's going to be between Ronnie O'Sullivan. Obviously, Mark Selby's not in it anymore. Um, is somebody going to come out of left field? We've had that before with when Joe Johnson won it. Came from nowhere. Tony Knowles came from nowhere. Is that going to happen this year? Is somebody going to come from left field, as they say? If not, then it's going to be between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Judd Trump, I think. If you disagree, TP, hey Jimmy, what are you on in TP? This frame is that we were watching C and Jack Jones. It looks like Jack Jones is going to actually pinch this one now. They've both been making a Horlicks of it. Fingers crossed for Jack Jones. I've no affiliation to him or anything, but he's made a bit of a comeback here. She's got 57 points. Jack Jones has got 50 with only the pink and black on the table. I've not forgot about the 1433 at Doncaster. Well, Jack Jones, if he gets this black, which he should do now, it's pretty straightforward. Black's near the brown spot. Almost in line. There you go. 6 frames to 2. That's the end of that session. Scruffy frame, that. See, Joey, he was called. They've just gone to Ken Doherty and Steve Davis. Ken Doherty's looking good. What time are we at now? 14:19. We've got a few minutes yet before we need to go over to Doncaster. What's that just come up? Breaking news. Breaking news. Britain accused of London arson plot after alleged recruitment as a Russian spy. Yeah. Stick to sport. TP. Hey, Jimmy. TP. Hola. She's Spanish. Just mute me mic while I have a cough. Oh. I just caught my face going all red then when I coughed. I'm gonna bust a blood vessel. Bust a blood vessel. That's a throwback. Right. Let's have a shivvy over to the racing. Doncaster 14:33, 7 furlongs. The going will be the same. Uh, do, do, do. I'm saying the going will just be the same. Anyone who's going to join us and hasn't heard already, it is soft, good to soft in places. So this 14:33. God, it's raining hard. Is that in Doncaster? Yeah, it is Doncaster Court. That going might change pretty quick. It is bucketing it down. Yeah, this 14:33 race is Town Mower Business Club Novice Stakes. Class 4, 3-year-old plus. 11 runners. Let's see if there's any non-runners. There's not at the minute, although if this rain carries on, there might be. Have a look at the betting. So we have got uh, Balmacara is 5.1. Nacional is 4.9, slight favourite now. Upscale 6.2. So Quiet 8.2. Stanage 10. Midnight's Dream 10. Mono River 16. Surrey Shadow 27. Jazz Scene 48. Zenzik 70, 75. And anybody who's feeling lucky, and they have got Daring leader on the exchange is 1,000, and you can, at the minute, there's £275 to back at 1,000. So it's not like it's a couple of quid. You know, sometimes you'll get a couple of quid at massive odds, but no, this is really unfancied. Harry Russell's the jockey at 1,000. It's not come up as a non-runner. Somebody had a little nibble of that at 1,000. £100 just come off it. I'll have a little sneaky snacky snoot. Healthy. Honey roast nuts. Are they healthy? Tastes good anyway. Right. Daring leader. What is going on there? I'm just trying to have a look at Sky Sports Racing's. What price have they got it at? Yeah, they've got it at 250 to 1,000 on the exchange. I mean, we'll have a look at that now. If it's so bad, why is it running? TP, they are good. My nuts are delicious. Do you know, really, today, I was looking at the weather outside, the weather on the TV, that last frame of snooker we've just watched. It's not very inspiring, is it? That's why this channel, eventually, I'm hoping will take off because watch-alongs are good. Have a chat, fill the time. We're going to have other presenters as well. It's not just going to be me. We've got some female presenters for women's football and what have you. That's going to be Frankie James. She's going to be accompanying them watch-alongs. Oh, that's what I was doing. Sorry. I got sidetracked eating then. Oh my God. Trying to lose a bit of weight as well. I've got my daughter's wedding coming up next month, not long off now. So I've got to fit in my suit. I need to lose a bit of weight. Uh, yeah, daring leader. Let's have a look. Well, to be honest, looking on Betfair, the only daring leader. Oh, look at that rain coming down at Doncaster. The only well held in seven furlong Southern events. Doesn't I don't think anybody thinks much of daring leaders' chances. An Irish raider. Let's have a look at the betting. Uh, Ballymacara 5.4, joint favourites now on the exchange. Nazianal 5.4, Upscale 6.2, So Quiet 8, uh, Stanage 9.8, keep me say Stanage 9.8, Midnight Stream 9.2, Mono River 14.5, Surrey Shadow 23, Jazz Scene 44, Zenzik 75, and Daring Leader 1000. Can't separate Balmacara and Naginal, both at 5.5. Let's have a look what it says about them. Let's go with Balmacara. Confirmed debut promise after 5 months off when taking a course and distance novice 5 weeks ago. Clive Holt would have been happy with that in the 80s. Uh, Again, plenty keen enough, but proving game. Could be useful if he can settle down. Uh, Naginal, €90,000 yearling. 10 Sovereigns Cult, half brother to very smart, 9 furlong, 10 furlong, 5 furlong winner. Via Sistina, from the family of Kensington, Kingsgate native, sorry. 10 to 1, showed plenty of ability despite looking very green early on. Went third in the 7 furlong Kempton novice, won by So Quiet on debut. Seems sure to improve. I'm not thinking, I can't see anything else apart from these two at the minute. Time forms view. Midnight Stream found only 2,000 guineas. Fancy Night Raider too strong on debut at Southall and seems sure to improve. So could be the way to go. This might be a good novice though, and solid cases can also be made for upscale, newcomer Stanage, and Balmacara. Well, Midnight's Dream in the betting is currently at 14, so at 14 and a half. It's going to be 15 shortly, so there's no money for that. And then let's have a look what we've got on here for at the races. Ballymacara built on on the promise of his debut third at Newmarket when displaying a fine attitude over course and distance to gain a first career victory. His ability to handle the ground will be very much in his favour, but having to shoulder a penalty in what might turn out to be a fairly deep contest could prove to be his undoing. Judmont boasts two obvious chances with Upscale, who was a runner-up on a sole start in leading Thousand Guineas contender dance sequence at Newmarket, and Stanage. The latter gets the vote as he is expected to be streetwise enough for this, especially with his close relatives, Coventry winner Calix and Sandringham Heroine. Both winners on the racecourse debuts. So, I mean, take your pick on this. For me, Balmacara's coming in now a little bit, and Nacional's drifting, so we've got a clear favourite. Balmacara's 4.8, Nacional 5.8. Anyone interested in Daring Leader? Still at 1,000. £172 to back. I'm going with Stanage. Kingman Colt, brother to very smart 6 furlong winner Calix and useful winner up to a mile coppice. Stannage for me. Let's have a look at the chat. TP. Nuts. Oh, they are. Aha. Right. They're almost loaded. The rain is coming down in buckets. Let's have a see. Just before the off, Ballymacara 4.8, National 6.2. Upscales come in as favourite, 4.4. So Quiet 8.2. Stannage 9.8. Stannage for me. Stannage drawn 5, number 8. Come on now. Done nothing today up to push. Upscale. Yeah, it's coming from 7s. Right. We're almost off. And we're off. Right. Stannage, there you are. Nice, bright pink cap. They're running down the middle. He's keeping covered up. Come on. It's been a nightmare up to now. Where's Daring Leader? Yeah, number 3. Daring Leader. He's got a nose, big white noseband. Can't miss him. I'll fall off my chair if that bugger wins. Come on, Stannage. See what that ground's looking a bit softer. I'm not surprised with the rain that's coming down. Come on, Stannage. He's going to get placed. Balmacara. Balmacara. Surrey Shadow. Stannage. That's your 3. Well, at least I got placed on that one. Balmacara. What was the maximum that traded on the exchange? Money for it beforehand, so 8's on the exchange, so it's at 7-1. Won that easily as well. What's that? 6-8 lengths. It's a bit messy, that race, straight out the stalls. Why? I don't know why. Novices, aren't they? I was willing, daring leader to cause an upset there. That would have been nice. Well, it wouldn't because I hadn't any money on it, but Such is life. Right, next up, that's going to be the 1508. I don't know what they do with these times now. It always used to be, it would be 1510 or 1505. It was much easier because they're not that accurate. I mean, they've got a lot better over the years. I mean, years ago, God, they would be 10 minutes late, regular, and never catch it up. Whereas now they seem to be able to. But yeah, funny times. Although after this, it moves 1540, 1615, 1655, and 1730. So what I'm thinking is this next race, the 1508 at Doncaster, 1 mile, 4 furlongs, maiden stakes, currently showing 5 runners. Might be in with a chance here. Also, the value, Juneberry, 1.95. Cherry Burton, 4.9. Twilight Vision, 6. Shadow of Your Smile, how big's the teeth? 11.5. And Charlotte's Luck, 27. Now, in a 5 horse race, do I really want to be going for the favourite at 1.93 now? Unless you're going to be putting big bucks on. I don't think so. I don't think so. So we might have to think outside the box here. Let us know in the comments what you're going for in the, and there's also, well, live chat. I keep forgetting we're streaming live. All right, 1508. Charlotte's Luck, modest maiden, well held on return at Bath in the mud. Up in trip with Hood tried. Oaks entry looks fanciful. Cherry Burton, back to long odds up to his sort of trip on return at Southall. Still looking green, open to further improvement, switch to turf. Juneberry, really well bred filly who has looked green in a couple of all-weather fillies novice events 5 months apart, beaten by a pair of promising newcomers in a 1-2-3 for Godolphin at Kempton. 11 furlong favourite. On return, more to come. So it looks like they do fancy this Tuneberry. Shadow of Your Smile. From a good family for owners, but slowly away and little impact in 2 all-weather novice events at the turn of the year. And last of all, Twilight Vision. Appealing newcomer on paper. It looks like it's got some decent breeding. Uh, but I mean, really, unless you know, you don't know. There's nothing to go on. Coming over from Ireland. At the race's verdict. Juneberry confirmed the promise that she displayed on debut last year when a respectable third at Kempton a few weeks ago, and the daughter of Knight of Thunder could be hard to beat in this company. Cherry Burton could prove to be the main threat to the selection following her third at Southall last time, while Twilight Vision is a newcomer to note. Tyneform, Junebray, still look to be learning on her return at Kempton and makes plenty of appeal back on turf with that under her belt. Twilight Vision is an appealing newcomer on paper, while Cherry Burton should have more to offer. Well, I wouldn't be backing Junebray at 1.89. And I know people always say it's better to back a short price winner than a big price loser, but how much are you going to put on that's going to make it worthwhile and exciting? You know, if you're going to be putting thousands on, then yeah, fair enough, go for it. But that ain't me. Um, I'm having a look at. Am I having a look at it? I am going to plump for the newcomer, Twilight Vision, because it could be anything. It's got some decent breeding, I think, and appealing newcomer on paper. Well, that's good enough for me. Price is it currently? Twilight Vision, 6.2. That's a bit more like it. Twilight Vision. Let's pop that in the chat. So, Twilight. Yep. Can't spell vision. Right. Right, I'm in here early. It's I just looked up and they wrote this is Chantilly. Whenever you look at the French and Italian courses, they always look when you look around them, they always look like they've got well, not always, but a lot of the courses look like how do I say it? What do I mean? What am I going to say? Like they've got chateaus around them, and they've not just been plonked in the middle of Scumsville. If you've had a flutter in this, good luck to you. They are off at Chantilly, 2:45 over a mile. No idea who's running here. I've not looked at it, so see this is what I like. Where they've got to go around a bend as well, rather than just running in a straight line. That's I'm not keen on Newmarket because of that. I'm also not keen on Epsom though, because I just think for 2-year-olds especially, that the dip, the bend, I just think it's a lot for 2-year-old horses, and obviously talking about Derby. Um, going at the speeds they go in. I don't know. I've just never, I like the Derby as a race, but I've never really liked the course that they've got to run over. That's just me. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. God, this looks like a good race. There's a good 3-4 in with a chance here. Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't like to call that. Oh, blimey, that is tight. Spring Heart and Belize. Yeah, if I had to say on that, the horse on the far side, I think might have just Spring Heart. I think might just have that. It's definitely on the nod. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Are we going to have a dead heat? I want to flip over to the snooker and see what's going on, but I want to see the photo on this. Oh, yeah, they get until you see the photo on this, you're guessing. Belize was the winner, 9-2. Springart second, 7-2. Lepser third, 12-1. Hmm. Well, I'm just going to jump over to the snooker to see what's on. BBC. This is Judd Trump and Forward. Trump's winning this one quite easily at the minute. I think it was 6-7-2. He's winning. Forward's at the table though in this frame, and reds are split quite nicely. Black's open. One red tight on the right hand side. What you won't need that. I wonder if we're going to get a 147 in this World Championships. I think we all know if we're going to get one, who's going to do it. It's probably going to be Ronnie O'Sullivan, isn't it? And is the prize money enough to tempt him? Or is he going to make a stand and decide not to finish the black as a bit of a protest? Was the throat again? What was the hoo-ha the other day with one of the players saying that the Crucible was a bit of a dump? I didn't hear the full story about that. I just can't remember who it was who said it as well. I know it's got the history, but is it going to be time to move on to a bigger, better venue? I know it's got the history, but like everything, it all comes down to money. And if they're going to get more people in, uh, do they redo the current venue up or do they move it altogether? I think it's nice that it's not in London. Uh, it's good for Sheffield and the North. Um, but if it's getting a little bit tired, do they spend the money doing it up or do they move altogether? Let us know in the comments what you think. I've never been. So if you've been, let us know what it's like. Let us know what sporting events you're going to this weekend as well. I don't think I'll be venturing out, especially with the weather like this. But yeah, if you're going to any sporting events, football matches, I wish I was at the MotoGP, that's for sure. Don't forget to give us a like, give us a share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That's the only way that we can let people know what we're going to be actually doing live watch alongs with, because try and give people as much notice as possible. But we can't do sort of a weekly schedule or anything like that. And it's going to be over a multitude of sports. We'll try and do at least one a day. Whether it's horse racing, it could be greyhound racing. Got to fit it in around work as well. Uh, but it just makes sport. I think it makes it more enjoyable when we can have watch-alongs and have a bit of chat, banter. Not much at the minute, but I mean, it's a new channel. What do you expect? Judd Trump, he's winning 7-2. All right, 7-3 now, really. But he looked ever so concerned. I'm going to have to cough. Twilight Vision, that was me. Nowhere again. TP, keep it. If the walls could talk. TP also good to have company. Yeah, it is. It is. It's too easy to get lonely in a world where we've got all of these devices and that for keeping in touch. And I think people feel more lonely than ever. But there's no need to. We can all have interaction. It doesn't have to be face to face and I almost said mouth to mouth then. Yeah, you know what I mean though. We can have interactions in the chat. Sometimes gets a bit boring as well, watching with the horse racing on in between the races. Because well, I could never afford to have a bet in every race, so you kind of don't. You don't always have that interest in every race. I like putting a Yankee on or something like that. Biggish returns for not too much outlay. It's just when they're down on, in the first, which more often than not they are. You back your four horses and go into it with such enthusiasm, and the bet falls at the first. TP cheeky. Little blondie. I mean, he's left. Trump's trying to get back in this frame, but that's a good shot on the black. I'm assuming he needs snookers. Although, so he's the kind of player who would get them. We'll go back over to Doncaster shortly and have a look at the betting. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some late withdrawals if this rain carries on. How many snookers does Trump need here? He's 25, forward 73, and there's one red left on the table. Unless he's going to try and get a free ball. Yeah, that's what he's after. Everything's on its spot apart from the green, which is a few inches away. If I had to put my mortgage on it, this frame's going to forward. Yeah. Give it up, Judd, and go on to the next one. Although from what they were saying earlier, he could be a bit flaky this forward. Almost forgot to mute my mic then. That wouldn't have been good. Oh, lovely shot there by forward. Give it up, Judd. He's snookered Trump here. That should be end of frame, I think, now. Oh, he's missed it. Trump's back at the table. Oof, nearly potted the red then. He didn't want that. Come on, get it over and done with now so I can get back to the horse racing. That's end of frame. Forward's just potted the red. Benito. So that's going to be Judd Trump 7, forward, I don't know his first name, 3. Here we go. So, yeah, I'm sticking with Twilight Vision. It's currently, let's run through the betting. Junebury, strong favourite. It's come back out a little bit though, 1.98. Cherry Burton 5.3, Twilight Vision 6, Shadow of Your Smile is 8.8, just gone 9, and Charlotte's Look 26. Let us know in the comments or in the chat what you're thinking of putting your money on. Yeah, Junebury's just drifting a little bit now in the betting. Not enough to tempt me to change my mind though. It's just gone to sort of say even money. Although in saying that with the commission, it's still odds on. Uh, Cherry Burton 4.8, Twilight Vision is 6. Shadow of Your Smile is 10. Charlotte's Looks just drifted a little bit 30. One thing I've just noticed this race, you know, the jockey's silks, they always look quite flamboyant, don't they, and standoutish, and they're all a bit dull in this race. And whether it's just the race cards that are making it look that way, but you see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. TPs are Charlotte's Look for me. Well, to be honest, these conditions in a 5-horse race, I wish you the best of luck for Charlotte's Look. Could be female intuition. Yeah, Shadow of Your Smile is coming in. There's late money for it. Safi Osborne on board. Twilight Vision's moving out, if anywhere. Still at 6, but that price looks like you can never tell. I'm going, yeah, call it 6, 6.2, fluctuating around. Bit of late money's coming now for the favourite, Junebray. Charlotte's Looks now drifting. Get 50 to 1 for that now. Any money coming for Twilight Vision, they must know I'm fancying it. The way my picks are going today, it's the kiss of death. Shadow of Your Smile. Money coming in for that. TP in the chat. TP in the chat. Charlotte's Look is it's coming back in a little bit, but no support for that. Twilight Vision's coming in a little bit. Junebray the favourite, it's drifting now a little bit. 2.1. Whether that's because of the weather or somebody knows something that we don't. Got to get away from that. I always think these trainers, jockeys, owners, at some point, they must know when the horses are going to run and they're not really going to win. You know what I mean? Um, and do you lay it on an exchange? Does a family member lay it on an exchange? Not for massive amounts, so it draws attention. Uh, I'm not saying I would do that, but you've got to cover the costs somehow. Yeah, just looking at this, look at the colours. There's nothing very bright. It's all blue and green, a little bit of red, but where's the yellows and matching the weather? Come on, Twilight Vision, it's coming now to 5. Shadow of Your Smile, 6.2. Charlotte's Luck is at 50. One more to go in. Right. Well, let them go. They're all playing up a little bit in the stalls here. Right. Let them go. And they're off. Yeah, no problem there. Uh, yeah, Charlotte's Luck making the running. TP in the chat will be happy. Twilight Vision. Plum last. They're all close together though. Got 1 mile 4 to go. Settled in nicely. I can see what's going to happen now. So we're going to follow them all. Keep Twilight Vision nice and settled at the back. Let them all run themselves out and then just pull out of the slipstream and shoot straight past them to win by 5-6 lengths going away. Fingers crossed anyway. If not, I've lost another quid. You were saying about them French courses, Chantilly and that. Doncaster looks quite nice. Some nice scenery around the course there. Twilight Vision's at the back still, but travelling quite nicely. Charlotte looks run out today, I think. There's a few travelling. Oh, Twilight Vision, it's under pressure. Cherry Burton. Cherry Burton, 101. Oh, I tell you what, it went 101 on the exchange really early there. I would hope it doesn't blow up because there's going to be a lot of upset punters. Cherry Burton. Cherry Burton, the winner. Juneberry in second. Couldn't even get in the top 3 in a 5-horse race. Twilight Vision finished 4th. Ah, just about sums the day I'm having. Sums up the day I'm having. 4th in a 5-horse race. And the only reason he got 4th was because And the only reason he didn't come last was because Charlotte's luck. She didn't have any luck today. In fairness, she didn't get pushed once she knew she wasn't going to be winning that one. Shocking. Oh, Jimmy James, you couldn't pick your nose. Come on, son. Sort your head out. Right, next up's going to be the 1540, 1 mile, 2 furlong handicap. 7 runners in this. We've got 1 non-runner. 2 bossy for us. That's a non-runner. Let's get over to the snooker and see what's happening there. Judd Trump 7, forward 3. This frame's pretty even, Stephen. 30 odd. 22 for Trump, 29 for forward, but Trump's at the table. Balls are looking a bit tricky, actually. A couple of autumn reds, and then they all seem to be down the left-hand side of the table near the cushion. That was a good shot with the rest, though. So next up, we've got 1540 at Doncaster. Yeah, I mentioned there was a non-runner, didn't I? 2 bossy for us. Will not be winning today because it won't be starting. I wonder if they've changed the going at Doncaster. Currently, it's described as soft, good to soft in places, but they've had some real downpours. Trump's just played a good shot there. Brought a red off the cushion. I think one more good shot in this frame, and it's going to be 8-3 for Trump. Well, he's brought one of them out. I think that'll do him. Careful, Judd. If I tried playing that shot, I'd be at the chiropractor again. TP in the chat. Cheer up. And then laughing at me. Today, I feel, without being gross, if I pick my nose, I'd come out empty. It's not happening. If I'd have been laying these, it'd have been a good day. Made decent money in the past laying horses. Gotta say, it's much easier to pick a loser than it is a winner. It's just you get the odd one, Sod's Law, Murphy's Law, whatever you want to call it, that'll come out. You make good money, good money, good money. And then something will come out of the blue and wipe out your profits or a chunk of them. Don't forget to give us a share, a thumbs up, and a like. Click the notifications bell. We'll have more watch alongs over the weekend. I've not seen the darts either from last night, but we're going to cover darts one Thursday evening. Do a watch along for that. Got to have a few beers while we do that, and a bag of nuts and crisp and darts. They're not allowed to drink now, are they? And smoke and yeah, that's another frame for Trump. That's well, yeah, he's conceded, so that's 8-3. Judd Trump 8, Tom Ford 3. Hmm. I think things are going to have to change drastically in that match for Ford to get anything really. Just watching Steve Davis talk there, can't work out if he's aging well and gracefully or if he's looking a bit aged, as we all are. We're all getting older. But how old is Steve Davis now? Let's have a look. I don't want to diss the bloke, but Steve Davis, OBE, born 22nd of August, 1957. He's 66 years old. Well, I don't think he's looking too bad. I hope I'm a little bit behind him. I hope I look as good as him when I'm 66. According to this, his net worth, he's 6'2", net worth $10 million. I thought he'd be worth a bit more than that, actually. Mm, I'm sure I heard that Steve Davis's left arm is so many inches longer than his right arm through playing snooker and him stretching it out on a table. Let's have a look, see if there's anything. Google wouldn't lie, would it? Is Steve Davis? Oh, I'm not going to do that. Does Steve Davis have one arm longer than the other? Let's find out. I'd be amazed if it says. Who is BBC snooker commentator Steve Davis? This was the Sun. Came out in a search 6 days ago. Steve Davis is a retired English snooker player who is a commentator. Yep, we know that. He's also a DJ, electronic musician, and an author. I wouldn't have had him down as a DJ and an electronic musician. Just goes to show, and they called him in boring. Steve Interesting Davis. And Steve Davis talks us through your record collection. Steve Davis, since leaving snooker, I've got my adrenaline. Let's have a look. How are you getting your adrenaline now, Steve? Now you've finished. Says he doesn't play snooker now. I don't pick the cue up from day to day, he says. I might play the occasional exhibition when I pick the cue up and hopefully work out which end to hold. He's a comedian, is our Steve. It's a bit like riding a bike. Once you get old, like once you get going, some of it comes back. Not all of it, but some of it. Well, we don't want that. We want to know what you said you were doing for your adrenaline. I can't bother with that. Oh, we were looking if one arm was longer than the other. It's not gonna. It's not gonna come up with it. I did hear it somewhere. If somebody knows, let us know in live chat or leave us a comment. I think what I'm going to do with this, because it's a Friday, I'm going to end this live stream after the quarter past four, quarter past four race at Doncaster. Got some more stuff to do on this what we're going to call it, this channel. Um, Try and add some things to it. Try and get some widgets on board. Um, and that way I can get this evening. Hopefully get a couple of shandies. I might even have a glass of whiskey, purely medicinal for this hacking cough that I've got. Got to make some phone calls as well, actually, for work. So, yeah, I'm going to finish this after the quarter past four race at Doncaster. Uh, but that's a good 45 minutes plus away, yeah. So let's have a look now at this 1540 coming up at Doncaster. It's 1 mile 2 furlong, class four, 3-year-olds only. 7 runners, two bossy for us, not running. Save your money and don't bother with that. Let's have a look at the betting. Oh, it looks quite an open race, this. Um, so we've got our golden one, 4.5. Holly Doyle. I wonder if she's recovered from her exercise. Hopefully, she deserves a winner after that. Mafnood, 5.8. Let's Dream, 4.5. Superposition, 6.8. Alpenpower, 9. Time to be Nice, 15.5. And finally, Elemental I, 14. So we've got on the exchange a couple of joint favourites at the minute. Our Golden One and Let's Dream, both at 4.5. Mafnood, 5.8. Superposition, 6.6. Let's have a look what we're going to be going for. At the races verdict. I'll have a cough before I read that out. Treat myself to a drink of orange. Yeah, at the races verdict. Our Gordon One accounted for a decent field when winning on her final start as a juvenile over an extended 1 mile at Nottingham. The step up in trip should help the daughter of Golden Horn, and an opening mark of 79 may underestimate her ability. Too Bossy for Us put in a career best when third at Kempton last month, and he has to be of interest on his handicap bow. Others to note are Elpen Power and Let's Dream. Time forms verdict. Our Golden One was progressive last season, and the form of her Nottingham success 6 months ago has been boosted since, so she's preferred to Too Bossy for Us, who should benefit from the step up in trip switch to handicaps. Time to be Nice is also considered. So our Golden One's the favourite with time form and at the races verdict, followed by Too Bossy for Us. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the betting. Let's Dream's coming in price now. That's 4.1. Our Golden One's at 4.8. Mafnood is 6.4. Superposition is 6. Alpen Power is at 10.5. Joe Fanning. What am I gonna go with? What am I gonna go with? I just keep getting drawn to Alpen Power. See what it says. Alpen Power. Good third of 14 in a handicap at Chelmsford City over 10 furlongs. That was 28 days ago. Merits consideration for all that others have a bit more potential. Yeah, potential's only potential until it's proven. So I'm going to go with the proven, which was a good third for Alpen Power 28 days ago. That's my pound. Let's get it in the chat. Alpen Power. Come on, don't let me down now. Save the day. Alpen Power. Let's even give it a bit of a boom. That's in preparation for the win. Let's Dream still coming in a little bit. Yeah, Let's Dream 4.1. Our Golden One 5.1. Mafnude 6.6. Superposition 5.4. Alpen Power 10. Time to Be Nice 15. Elemental Eye 13.5. And Too Bossy for us is a non-runner. I'm just looking at the snooker. Looks like another frame coming Judd Trump's way. It's currently eight frames to 3 in Trump's favour. Time to flick over to the racing, I think. Tell you what, with this hacking cough and chest I've got, I may as well smoke. I've not smoked for 15, 16 years. And when I used to smoke, I never used to get a bad chest. Now, I seem to get one every 2 or 3 years. And obviously, as soon as you start a YouTube channel and you're talking, you start with a bad chest and a hacking cough. Sod's Law. TP. Let's Dream for me. Currently priced at 4.3 on the exchanges. Best of luck with that one. Let's see what they're saying about it. Let's Dream. See what TP's back in. Lightly raced winner. Very good second of 5 in a nursery at Nottingham. Heavy going. Was clear with the rest. Been off 6 months. Should be on the premises if he's tuned up. Let's hope for you that he is. Let us know in the comments what your any tips, what your bets are. If you got any accumulators going. Do you know what I do every Saturday? I've been doing it for years now. I always put an accumulator on the football, uh, just £1, and I'll have something like 16 results on over 2.5 goals in a game, and it's for something like £240,000 or something like that. Sit there dismayed when it doesn't come in. But in fairness, we've had a couple of good cash outs offered. I think the most we got offered one weekend was something like I think it was 1,200 quid or something like that. And I thought to myself, a lot of money, 1,200 quid. But I was thinking to myself, I think it was for 186,000. And I thought, if I take this 1,200 quid, you've only got a few seconds, haven't you, where you either take the cash out or you don't. And I didn't. Because my thinking was, which would I be more gutted with? Losing the 1,200 that they were offering, or which I did lose it, but or are you more gutted if you take the 1,200 and it comes in after all this time and you've lost like 186,000? So I left it running. And I mean, don't get me wrong, if it had gone to like 40, 60, 80,000, that's very different. And also, it's how long's left in the games as well. So it's yeah, it's not always as straightforward as it looks when you say, "Oh, I got offered 1,200 quid and turned it down." I think there was like 56, 57 minutes gone in the games. It was under 60 minutes anyway, because I can remember thinking, well, there's another half hour left and, extra time. But no, as of yet, still not hit the big one. But Open Power's going to sort my day out for me now. It's moving out in price actually. 12.5 to 1 now on the exchange. Let's have a run through these prices. We've got Let's Dream 3.8. Our Golden one 4.5. Superposition 5.4. Math Nude 9.2. Open Power 12.5. Time to Be Nice 12.5. Elemental Eye 13.5. Too Bossy for Us is still a non-runner. Just, I think, one more to load now, and we shall be off. And we're off. Come on, Open Power. Well, at least he's out the gates and making a show. See, this is always worrying now. That's the way I view it anyway. He's uh he's out front, he's settled, and you just see everybody behind waiting to overtake him. But we've got to think positive. They traded that on the exchange. What was he, 12 and a half I could have got for that. I wouldn't have done. I would have put 6 furlongs left. Yeah, 10 and a half. Oh, he's back to where his SP was. Um, I always put my bets on the exchange over at Betfair. He's coming into 7. Come on, Open Power. Open Power. TP's on Let's Dream. Birds flying across this track. Open Powers just can't quicken. Now it's running all over the place. Oh, it's going to finish last. Our golden one's going to romp home here. Our golden one's won that easy. Holly Doyle, well, after that run you had earlier, well earned. Oh, who's finished quick there? Math Nude, I think, might have nicked second. Alpen Power. I had such high hopes. Told you, as soon as he come out of the stalls and took the lead, you're just there to be shot at. get me hopes up, and then dashed, dashed. I don't know. I've got one more that I'm going to try and rescue my day with. Ah, dear. Rubbish. Rubbish. Can't take my nose. A minute. I hope you're having a better day than me if you're having a bet. Some young chaps happy on there on the TV. It's nice to see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a glass of whiskey tonight for me chest. Somebody bought me one for me birthday last year. Still not opened it yet. That was October. Um, so I might have a little bit of whiskey. I think I'm going to have one glass of whiskey neat. Maybe put a little bit of ice in, just a little bit. And then I'm going to have another glass with some ginger, whiskey and ginger. Might even go and sit in a hot bath then. I might actually drink them in the bath and see if I can sweat this out. It's starting to get on my nerves now. When I try and sleep at night time, I couldn't sleep last night. Keep waking up coughing. Then I was up early this morning trying to get the stream ready for the MotoGP at 8 o'clock. That didn't work. I was going to say, all in all, it's not been a good day, but let's be honest, it has. If that's all you've got to mourn about, you're not doing too bad. Just need more people tuning in now. Get the word out. Share the website, please. Pretty please. Hit a like button, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. We'll try and give you as much notice as we can of what we're going to be doing watch-alongs with. There'll be some Do you know what I fancy doing? A watch-along. I fancy doing. Might not be till next year now, but I'm fancying ski jumping. I've always liked that since I was a kid. I used to like watching Eddie the Eagle. I enjoyed the movie Eddie the Eagle. That was really good. Um, yeah, might do some ski jumping. Going to do some greyhounds. I do. Honestly, this is gospel. When I pick my greyhounds, not all the time, but sometimes I'll get a dice and I'll do a try-cast, straight try-cast, roll the dice 3 times, and whatever comes out, that's your try-cast. Obviously, if you double up on a number, you roll again. But they're just so unpredictable. I mean, they scatter on a bend, and it's to me, it's pot luck. Obviously, there's more to it than that. But if I'm trying to pick a dog out, you're only looking at the same information that everybody else is looking at. So probably the price is not going to be that good. Um, So if you try and do a try cast, at least if you're going to win, you can put a quid on. Uh, you might win pot luck, so it could be, I suppose, hundreds of pounds really. Get 3 outsiders. But what I found is I've got to put the money I'm going to use to one side. So if you lose it, you're not pulling your hair out, and you've had a good evening's entertainment. May as well do that with the horses at the minute. Shocking. Right, let's have a look back over at the snooker. Quick cough. Starting to get a bit painful that now, actually. Just get a drink. Right, now we have a different match. Oh, this could be a good game. We've got Murphy and Maguire. Currently, it is Murphy 1 frame, Maguire 2 frames. I remember when Sean Murphy came from nowhere to win. Um, then did he get a ban for some betting scandal or something? I don't want to accuse him of something that he's not done, but I'm sure from memory there was some. Let's have a look. Sean Murphy. Uh, EBC.co.uk snooker. Snooker match fixing investigation. What is happening as 10 players get suspended? The snooker prepares to host one of its showpiece tournaments. When was this written, first of all? Oh, last year, January, so World Championship. Yeah, snooker prepares to host one of its showpiece tournaments. The sport is in the midst of its biggest ever corruption investigation. 10 Chinese players, including 2 that had been due to play in the Masters, which starts on Sunday, have been suspended as part of a match fixing inquiry. A decision on whether charges will be brought is expected in the coming weeks. So where did we get here? What happens next? Sounded like BA brackets. How did I get here? So where did we get here? What happens next? And what does it mean for the sport? Uh, this is what it was. Speaking generally on the issue of match fixing, former world champion Sean Murphy said cheats should be banned for life. If players are found guilty of fixing the outcome of matches, those players have no place in the game of snooker, he told BBC Sport. If it were up to me, you would never see cheats again. Without that threat of never playing again, people behind match fixers will always see an opportunity to exploit the game. Without the threat of a lifetime ban, I don't see the problem going away. I knew he had something to do with it, but he was Not involved, I don't think, and it was just his comments on what he thought should happen. Now that's who it was. Stephen, is it Stephen Lee? His ban ends in October 24. Hmm. So this frame's still the white ball's tight up against the yellow, yellow on its spot. And Sean Murphy's trying to get out of the snooker that Maguire's put him in. All the time I've been looking at that article, the ball's still in the same place. So I'm guessing he's having trouble hitting something. The white ball's actually touching the yellow ball, and the referee is having to flatten the base down so that he can get it touching. Like it makes a difference. Come on. Here he goes. And he's missed. So he's no, he's not going to be replacing it. I bet the referee's glad. And Maguire's just potted a red. Save the referee's blushes again. Could be a good match, this. John Virgo's commentating. And I remember, I don't know how long ago, but I was watching the snooker on a Saturday afternoon, and it was a game that was so boring and taking ages. And it was like a hot mic. Virgo was commentating. You might remember it. He was commentating, and he must have thought he may have turned his mic off, but somebody else's mic picked him up, and you heard it over the TV. I recorded it on my phone, and he was effing and jeffing saying about the players, um, saying they were rubbish, taking too long and that. And he wanted to get his bet on in the afternoon. And that he said at this something like at this rate, I'll be lucky to get home for match of the day or something. But he was yeah, effing and jeffing. Nothing wrong with that. That's what he wants to do. And he turned his mic off, but unluckily for him, somebody else's mic picked it up. Came straight into my front room. But what a shot by Murphy. Shot to nothing, but good long pot. He's looking a bit trimmer, Sean Murphy. Maguire's not, but I wonder if he's been getting fit for this tournament. Must help your snooker if you can get a little bit fit. Same with darts. Ooh, that one's stuck in the pocket. Miss from Murphy there. He's unlucky, really. It's a tricky one, though. Cue ball's tight on the bark cushion, and the white's an inch away from the pocket, but if I took this shot, I'd follow straight through and in the pocket. Oh, he's judged that lovely, though. Well, when I say he's judged it lovely, he he got the pot. I'd be happy with that. I suppose these won't because he's got to go around the table. I reckon now to get on his next red. Oh, and he's missed this pink. Or is he gonna fluke it? No. Ugh, the pink's gone over the pocket now, and he's got the position on the red. But it's going to be a tricky red because the white's quite close to the cushion. Ugh, Murphy's missed now. So if you weren't watching the snooker or if you've been to the snooker, would you and have you use the earpieces that you can get, for the commentators? I would definitely do that because you can sit in the crowd, can't you, and have an earpiece that allows you to listen to what the commentators are saying. I would definitely, if you've done that, let us know in the comments. How much is it? I imagine it's an absolute fortune. There'd be an outcry. I'm going to swap over in a minute to back to the racing at Doncaster, my final race of the day before we call it. See if I can redeem myself. I've had an absolute shocker today. Not even been within a whisker. And let's be honest, they've not been horses that, it's not like they've all been outsiders and you wouldn't expect something, not even to get close. They've not even got within earshot of a win. This is a good frame, this. It's not good quality, but it's going to be a tight frame. I want to see who wins this one, actually. Let's go through the betting for the 4:15 at Doncaster. I'll just have a cough. Okay, here we go. So we've got an odds-on favourite, Uh, you have, if that's how you pronounce it, you have um, 1.9. Thruby, 4.8. Turner Girl, 9.6. Valamori, 12. Arctic Fox, 30. Princess Nyla, 27. And Platinum Jubilee, 55. There's two non-runners, Prisha and D-Day Arvelaneriva. Arvelaneriva. Non-runner anyway. Um, it's a 1.2, 1 mile 2 furlong handicap. Let's have a look what time form's saying. Yahaft still looked pretty raw when landing a Southern novice in December, and with improvement on the cards, now pitched into a handicap, she looks the way to go. Though below par last time, Thruby will be a threat if she puts her best foot forward, and cases can also be made for both Prisha and D-Day. Well, that won't matter because that's no non-runner. Um, let's have a look what's going on over at the races. Let's see what they're saying. Come on, give us a clue. Give us a clue. You have took a step forward when getting off the mark over 1.3 at 1 mile 3 at Southall in December on just her second start. Roger Varian's filly is likely to have improvement left uh, to come, and a mark of 75 should be workable on a handicap bow. Preacher is also unexposed and should not be underestimated, while Thruby edges out Turner Girl to be best of the rest. Let's have a look at the betting. Yeah, you have is 1.9 on the exchanges, Thruby 4.7, Turner Girl 9.2, Valamori 12.5, Arctic Fox 30, Princess Nyla 28, Platinum Jubilee 55. I think Holly Doyle. Oh, I missed that. Who's won that frame? Murphy's won it, so it's 2-all. Sean Murphy 2, Stephen Maguire 2. Right, that's it for the snooker. They've gone for an interval. I'm going to change back over now to the racing. See, Holly Doyle, she's just had a winner, hasn't she? Is that hers for the day? Or is she on a roll? I am going to put my pound on. I am going to put my pound on. I am going to put my pound on Valamori. Valamori, currently at 12 on the exchange. Uh, course and distance winner at 25 to 1/4 of 6 and a handicap at Pontefract. Going was heavy 24 days ago. Bit to prove at present. I've just got a feeling. I've just got a feeling Clive Holt, he'd love this. Course and distance winner. That's where my money's going. Valamori. Let's put that in the chat. Lock it in. Lock it in. It's my last quid of the day. Valamori. Valamori. There we go. Locked in. Come on, don't let me down. Get me money back in a little bit of profit if this one comes in. How much am I down up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 quid down. It'd be 6 quid if this doesn't do the job for us. Come on. We've got this in the bag. I've got a feeling in my water. Look at the betting. You have to 1.945. 1.95, call it. Through Bay, 4.6. Turner Girl, 9.4. Valamori, 12.5. Arctic Fox, 30. Princess Nyla, 30. Platinum Jubilee, 46. Always sounds funny when you're doing decimal prices that you're not saying to 1. 46 to 1, because it's actually 45, isn't it? But it's just sounds odd. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just old and used to the fractional prices. Turner Girl, Holly Doyle is drifting a little bit in the market. Do, 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 do. Let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments. Come on. What you're going for. We need some tips. Put mine in the Valamori. If you're brave enough to follow that, well done. Right. Give us a like, give us a share, give us a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. They're going behind now at Doncaster for what's going to be my final race of the day before I call it for this watch along of horse racing and snooker. I've got to say, I've had more fun out of the snooker. My horses today have been dreadful. Absolutely shocking. Money coming in now for the favourite as well. Your Hafty's at 1.84. Throughby, 4.9. Turner Girl, 9.6. Valamori, 10.5. Arctic Fox, 32. Princess Nyla, 44. Platinum Jubilees, 80. Hmm. Could turn it around here. They're just circling behind the stalls, getting ready to load. They've made good time today. I mean, the weather's not been very good in Doncaster, and we had that um, hiccup in the first race where Holly Doyle got unseated, shall we say, while she was going down to the start, which set them back a little bit. Platinum Jubilee's now at 100. If you're feeling lucky, and why not, buy you a nice little beer and a kebab tonight. If that came in. They're at the post stand waiting to load. Yeah, they're moving forward now. You have 1.89. Thruby 4.7. Turner Girl 10.5. Valmori 9.4. Arctic Fox 34. Princess Nyla 38. Platinum Jubilee 95. Just two or three more to go in for my last race of the day. Valamori, come on. Coming out of stall number 7. And we're off. Don't go to the start. Don't go to the lead, sorry, at the start. Right, come on. Got a nervous itch of the chin. Like a Bond villain. Valamori, come on. TP's on Princess Nyla. 50 to 1. Right. Come on, Valamori. I'm not even in the shot at the minute. The good thing is it's going to be easy to see what progress Valamori's making with it being a grey. Holly Doyle, she's confident today after that run, I reckon it was, when she had to run a horse from almost the full length of the course. Come on, Valamori. Oh, this is just this is not going to be my day. Well, I mean, look at Valamori. Currently, he'll be lucky to get 5th. Oh, this is a good finish as well. Holly Doyle, what a jockey she is. Oh, don't believe it. Well, I do believe it the way my day's gone. Right, guys, that is where I'm going to call this stream. I'm not having any luck. I've got lots to be getting on with, lots of preparation to do on um, this page. I need to start adding widgets and getting it looking better. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's the fun of it, innit? You live and you learn. Thanks everybody who's joined us today. If you're watching later on the replays, I hope you're having better luck than I did with the horses. I mean, Turner Girl there has won at 7-1, beat the favourite, 4-5 favourite, and did it well actually. Valamori let me down again. Not that I backed it before, but you know what I mean. Everything I've backed today is not even giving me a run for me quid. I will wish you all the best for this evening, and hopefully we'll catch up tomorrow. Smash the like and subscribe button, not literally. Hit the notifications bell. That way you can keep up to date with what's coming and when. Thanks for everything, guys. Thanks for your company. All the best from me